So what we're going to concentrate on now is this foreground piece. We're going to start adding just a little bit more goodies to it, a little bit more details as we come forward. So I think I'll start here. Let's get the palette on. So I'm going to use my sun color. Let's go over here. That one that's just off white. So I've got some snow piled up over here, and I've got some snow piled up over there as well. I think let's maybe add, yeah, I think let's do this. So I'm going to mix sort of a mid-tony color, and let's complete that guy. So you'll start off light on the sun side, because our sun is coming from the left-hand side. And as I move across around, I'm going to gradually add more of my shadow color to darken him up until eventually here on the shadow side I'm nice and dark. And then you see how I'm putting it down, just little dabs and dashes and things like that. And you fade that bottom piece away like that. There's a guy coming out over there like this, fading my way to the bottom. Now if you do go over a tree like that, it's not a problem, just use a clean dry brush. To lift it out again. Another trick that you can do is, let me grab my knife. When you get to say a tree, something that you need to avoid. So let me just grab some color here as well. So if I say need to avoid this area over here, I'll use my knife as a temporary little mask. So I'll pop him down over there, and now I can paint straight over my knife. And now I also know I'm getting good continuity. So now don't be shy to use your other brush or your finger. Soften these lines out. Because we're coming to the front here now, you can also start adding, you can start using your neat shadow color as well. To give us nice full contrast. Okay, this area here seems to be a bit darker and stuff, so I'm going to just add a few darker edges in here as well. In fact, I think I'm going to sort of just, I'm going to fill in that whole area there with darks. Maybe add a few little darker contrasty pieces in there too. That. Maybe over here, what happens sometimes is, let's see if we can see one. Yeah, let's zoom in on this piece over here. So I'm going to zoom way in. Now take a look in this little corner over here. See what's happened. I think the heat that's still left on the tree has sort of melted this little piece of snow there. I'm not too sure how clear it is to see that. It's not quite as obvious. So what's going to happen then if you do have that situation? Because you'll quite often find that Then you'll add a shadow right next to the tree over here. And that's going to be the inside piece, the underneath piece. Then you come back in with a highlight. And you work that highlight around there like that. And then here I've also got some snow up against that tree over there like that. And can you see that? Suddenly you've got that little hole, that depression where that snow was melted. Gee, it couldn't have been easier than that, eh? Okay, so there's this little shadowy piece running up there like that. And I suspect he's quite tall, so he'll run past that tree and he'll run out that way. So put that guy down. That, and if necessary, use your brush, soften those lines. Okay, and I will add a few little highlighty pieces in here as well. And here we've got this lovely little huge big pile up against this tree here. So what I'm going to do, remember we've got no sharp edges, so I've got to make sure that this here is quite random. So again, now you really got to squiggle to get that sorted over there. So that goes over there, and there seems to have another little pile. And as he curves around, he gets gradually darker. So I'm going to gradually work in more shadow color to get that rounding right for me. So just dabs. And that gives you that texture in the snow. So no smooth shadings like this. So it's not super dotty, it's not dotty, but it's not super smooth either. Let's maybe use some pure shadow color. Let's see, let's do that. You can see which guys I'm using. So I've picked up some pure shadow color and just put it down here. Because this side of the tree is in full shadow. All that snow there is in full shadow. So I'm laying him down there like that. And then he zooms out there as part of that shadow there. So pop him down. Let's just soften that line over there, don't want him hard. And as he curls around, he's got that bit of height himself, you can see there on the picture. Let's see how we can zoom in. You see here, this piece itself has got a rounding. So you've got a highlight side and a shadow side to that pile of snow that's there. So I'm adding a shadow side onto that pile of snow. Even there, just that little piece that's going up, he'll have his own little shadow side there as well. Dabbing and dashing, and you see how lovely it's starting to look, eh? Nice little pile over there. Alright, over here, as he comes out, he comes down to maybe that, like this. And let's add another pile of snow. It comes up maybe over there like that, something like that. So put that white down, fade him out, add extra shadow color as I go down. And who knows, maybe there's a shadow from another tree. Put him down, fade him out. See, I'm softening everything out once I've done it. Once I put it down, You must be tired of me saying soften your edges already, eh? Hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna put in an extra tree. Alright, I think let's first just get the canvas covered. I see we are sort of running towards time. If we have time, then I'm gonna add an extra tree sort of peeping out behind that little pile over there. Extra goodies that side there will also not go in shadow, but I've got to make sure he's lighter than that tree shadow. There, like that. Extend that tree shadow all the way out the picture. Alan is asking you if I can put in some footprints. Yes, I'll pop in some footprints first. I'll do that right at the end, Alan. Is that good? Alright, so here I've got nice sunlight. I'm going to put lovely sunlight in between these guys. In between those two shadows. Because that's my opportunity to get lovely contrasts over there. And now, see what I'm doing? I'm not going to have a solid, I don't want a line, so I'm going to make sure I've got an irregular edged shadow over there. Because that also shows you that your snow goes up and down, it's not perfectly smooth. Let's get a little bit more dark in that one over there, like that. And I think we'll just extend him out the picture too. But now we know that shadows sort of start off dark right against the object and then they go lighter. So we'll fade him away gradually, like that. Okay, let's add a little bit more texture over here. Maybe here's a little darker patch around here, like that. And we've got this dark patch over here. Him out to there, and who knows, maybe this guy is melting a little bit, so maybe there's a little bit of snow still stuck to the tree over there, like that. That's sort of just separated from the rest. Getting him up right against the tree there too. Goes out. Fade him away there. Okay, so as we come around, we've got to gradually lighten up. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a little bit of contrast over there. So I'm actually going to I'm using my contrast here to my advantage. That guy goes over there and maybe comes out that direction there. Alright, so let's take that guy and we'll bring him down there like that. There. And I see I'm not making this guy look the same as that guy. Each one's got to look different and unique. Otherwise they become extremely boring. Almost a little bit of just dabs and dashes, shadings. Maybe here's an extra little pile that's lying up over there. So let's fade that away dark there. Soften all that out. And there's an extra little piece maybe coming up over there. It's just popping his head out. Cool, let's block this in. Maybe there's a little denty kind of a piece. Maybe here. So just a few little dabs and dashes. Like that. And then we go lighter. So I'm gonna, you can see I'm using my sun color and the shadow color, getting in between colors in there. So I'll squeeze in a few little in between colors. Like that. And then finally we pop in with our sun color. Nice bright sun color. Again, I'm going to strategically put him right next to the shadow to get max contrast. And fill up these little gaps of canvas that are still open. Soften it all out with the brush, no outlines. There's just one place I see is bugging me. I haven't completed that shadow properly. So let's complete him there quickly. Edge. Then I'm going to blend him away completely because I want that height to disappear on me. So remember that sharper edge over there gives me height, and there where he sort of meets the rest of the snow, the body of the snow here at the bottom, you're going to have a completely lost line. You don't want any lines over there like that. And that's how you make that snow sort of just grow out of the ground. Oh, maybe we can zoom out just to get a little bit of a feel for where we're at this stage. Alrighty, footprints. So I'm going to take footprints is nothing but a depression in the snow. So let me find a footprint picture. There's some footprints there. Let's zoom way in there. Okay, so the inside, the deepest part is going to be your darkest part, and as you come out, he's going to go lighter and lighter. So again, you see there, no sharp edges. Yeah, no, that's fine. And then obviously, like in this picture, our sun is coming from that side, so your highlight is going to be on this side, and your shadow, deepest shadow, is going to be there. So let's go and do that. So there is no real footprints in our picture, so I'll just wing them in. So I'll take my shadow color. See, there's already a dot. Looks like he wants to be a footprint already. So maybe it would have been nice if we walked that way, but never mind. It's just a practice one. So maybe let's put another footprint over here. So I know they won't be right in front of each other. They've got to be sort of staggered. So we'll put maybe another one over there, and maybe another one over here. Okay, so there's my darkest part. Now I'm going to fade that top edge away. I'm going to leave the bottom edge sharp. Because remember, that's your depression. So that's sort of your what would you call it, That in this case is going to end up being your found line. Now I'm going to just for a 2 seconds go over to my fine round brush. I just want to make sure I get this here nice and dark, so I'm laying down a thicker layer of paint there. So I'm doing that little shading that we saw. So on the inside of the footprint, the deepest part is the darkest, and as you come out you get more and more sun and it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. There like that, there like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my highlight color and I'm going to pop him down. Oh, let's do. Sorry guys, put him on the wrong side. Your highlight is going to be right up against the shadow. This guy here at the top has got to remain a shading. Somehow I managed to get some water on there. Must have been a little bit of water on my finger. So now he's not shading so nicely. We'll have to give him a second to dry. Okay, so there's this one's little highlight. Because as you step on it, it sort of raises over there. So some of it gets squished and the rest get raised. On the outsides. Same as when you're walking in mud or on the soft sand on the beach. Alright, so if we zoom out, we should be able to see the impression. Okay. Alright, so what we got to do now, just to finish off this painting, our snow is done. There's two things. If you feel that your snow ends up being a little bit too white, then just come back in and give it a quick little color wash. When it's dry, just give him a quick little glaze or a color wash, no problem. Alright, so now I'm going to use my tiny brush now, and I'm going to use a little bit of the burnt umber. So now what you'd want to do is do a little bit of detailing. So you'd maybe put in I've got those little branches and stuff that stick out. So let's go and take a quick reminder here on the, you see, got these little pieces of branches and these loose finer branches. You need to do that finer detail work now. So I'm going to show you how to do one or two, just to give you a feel. So just put that dark dudes in there, and if you want longer branches, then I'll use my rigger brush, and I'll water down, or if I'm using oils, I'll add some medium to the burnt umber, and I'll roll the whole length of the rigger brush, the whole length of the bristles like that in the paint. And now when you paint branches, you got to remember two things. You paint branches one this way, one that way. But now, because trees are alcoholics, you got to shake. They got a hangover, remember? So you got to shake while you do it. So it's one this way. Let me just get more water in. That is not. It's got to be nice and thin consistency of an ink. One this way, one that way, one this way, one that way, and that's how you get that lovely little. Maybe this is a broken twig. Maybe he's just broken off there like that. And who knows? Maybe there's a smaller little twig. I don't know, maybe growing out the ground over there. He's poking his head out. he's still a baby tree. Still got some growing to do. So now I'm going a little bit of this way and a little bit that way, this way. Now you see I start at the beginning of the branch and I end at the end of the branch so that I have those little sharp points. So that your branch sort of ends up. Now just don't forget, if you add a little branch sticking out or a piece of grass or something, he's also got feelings, so have mercy on him and give him a shadow on the ground. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my little test one that I did do beforehand. Seeing as we are on out of time. So I'll show you my completed one and that'll give you a feel for what he looks like with a few little branches and stuff in. So it was just those few little branches, add in that, and that adds character. Okay. So if there's any last questions before we knock off, that'd be a great time to ask me. I'll have a sip of my coffee in the meantime, and then Dennis can do a nice pan over the painting. Is that lovely texture in the tree there? What I actually did, let Dennis just stop there for a second. What I actually did do, which I didn't mention now, was I came back in and I added, just in this little bottom corner, I added an extra brighter highlight. Because your sun is shining from the top. And now at the top, you tend to have, let's just zoom out a little bit more, please. Yep. Out for me a little bit more, please. A bit more. Yeah, let's stop there, that's fine. You see here at the top, you've actually got all your branches and leaves and stuff. So the leaves and branches throw shadows over on the top end of the trunk itself. But now, here at the bottom, he's got a bit of height. So this bottom end over here tends to be a little bit brighter. So what I've done is I've just in this little, almost in a triangle shape. So let's put it, say, like that. So in this little triangle area over here, I added an extra little bit lighter highlight onto the tree trunk. And that just adds extra sun. Alright, there we go. Dennis can carry on with his pan there. Tony says it's bonkers how we look at a scene of snow and say it's white. Yes, there's absolutely no white. The only white that I would ever add into a snow scene is just when I'm painting reasonably close up like that. Then I'd add those little sparkly bits. Remember I showed you on that one photo with the tracks? Yeah, those few little sparkly bits. And even then, those sparkly bits, you only get them when it's really, really close up. So, like with a painting that's wide like this, I don't even add those sparkly bits. It's not necessary. You can if you want to, but I don't feel it's necessary. Alan says, I learned a lot. I hope I can do them. Alan, of course you can do them. If I can do them, anybody can do them. I'm probably the least arty person on the whole website. If I can do it, you can do it. Cool. Okay. Alright. I think let's wrap it up, guys. Okay, guys. So there you have it. It wasn't so difficult painting the snow after all. It was actually quite easy, wasn't it?